So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to our mountain venue of LostCub, the fucking adventures of single guru, out by their onesies, untrained, unedited. Um, where we have left Anton, uh, at his girlfriend's place. I believe he has been secreted up to the attic for them teenage shenanigans. And that is where we will begin with him still, in fact, up in the attic. Which, let's face it, he's got a nice little setup going up there at this point. Lizzie has put some effort into making him a comfy place, and she is blissfully asleep.
Yeah, he rolls out of the bed. Still, he got about 2 to 3 hours sleep, and rolled out, put on his clothes as quietly as he could. He's busy writing a note on a piece of A4 pad. Saying that he had to go out early, that they got an early call. He'll see her later. That type of thing. He kind of gets up and puts the note gently by the bedside, and plants a kiss on the side of her head, and will quietly make his way downstairs, making sure that he has gloves, flashlight, phone, and, well, the standard trusty crowbar as he's making his way quietly out the back towards his car.
Well, I'll hope that at the very least the crowbar is still in your car, because that would be a
Yeah,
weird
yeah.
thing to be slipping through the house with. So
Oh, no,
I'm
no.
gonna have you make me a stealth check just to get through the house
Okay.
without incident.
Just get the right Discord.
It's a good plan. I want to do that too.
Yes. Werewolf. Stealth. 5 dice? Yeah, it's 5 dice in Hamid. 3 successes.
Yep, that is enough to carry you through. Now, here comes the fun part. How are you leaving the house?
Out the back way, taking up, probably cutting through the garden to kind of literally loop around, do like a 180 loop around the side of the house till I get to the point where my car is.
I'll give you a one-shot wits check.
Okay.
Oh dear. Nope. So
Botch. Yep.
you creep right through. You're doing fine. You slip over to that back exit. You know, flick the lock, open the door, and almost immediately you hear the familiar beeping of you have this many seconds to get to the security system to put in the code.
Where is the security system from where I'm at?
It's over by the front door. Actually, it's right in the hallway. It's kind of an even place in between, so it's easy to get to from either side.
So, yeah, so feasibly would I be actually able to make it if I jump at it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna jump at it. Making that face.
I'm going to assume at this point that he does in fact know the code.
Yeah,
Because let's be fair, he's been snuck in and out so many times, and that way he could leave early and whatnot. For just such an occasion as this. So you frantically smack the code in, like making that face as the butt pucker level rises. But you do smack in the code, and the kind of shrill periodic beeps stop.
That's out of. Just starts to move out the back door as fast as he can. Just taking off.
So yeah, you disarm the alarm and slip out the back. Scamper.
Yeah. I do a 180 like circle around back towards my car, moving as quietly as I can.
Okay.
And climb in carefully, make sure to double check the crowbar's in there. It is. Put on the gloves, and just start the car and drive out to where the boonies where that car was last seen. Well, where it was.
Yup. So you hop in the car. You've had ample opportunity. Futz around on your phone, figure out about where the thing is. Actually, it wasn't that hard to find one of the little local news websites and find mention of the car and how it is to be left there if you see this vehicle. Do not call it in. We already know it's there. Stop harassing the tow company.
Leave us
Essentially.
alone. Yeah.
So yeah, out you go down exactly that particular road.
Yes.
And it's we'll say it's like a good 20 minutes out from where town would be. A little less from like the residential like area where most people have their homes, albeit there's more homes on the other side of town. It'd be the opposite. But all in all, we'll say it takes you like 15-ish minutes, especially with nobody awake this time of night to jam up traffic or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you round on out there. And you will, in fact, inevitably, as you're rolling along, pick up that initial kind of reflective flash from the rear lights on the car that's been pulled off to the side of the road.
I will park my car about a decent distance, but not so much that I would be running a while if I have to make a quick exit, essentially, but nothing noticeable, if you get me.
Mm-hmm.
And put on the gloves, take out the flashlight, put my hood over my head, and yeah, I will walk my way to the car.
All right. You walk over to the car. It is a VW Bug, because I think that's hilarious. So this goofy little round car is just chilling there.
Are any of the doors open?
No, not open.
He'll come over very slowly and just kind of with the gloved hand, just kind of feel the lock and feel the door handle to see if does it open.
Nope.
K. He's gonna peer on the inside and see what he can see, kind of an initial glance type of thing. Kind of look for anything noticeable, anything that a person stopping out here, like anything like left behind, like jackets, keys, just kind of anything really. Kind of doing a kind of sweep.
All right. Give me a perception investigation.
Sure. Not the greatest dice move, don't think. No,
that's okay. It gets you better results.
Yes.
All right.
3 successes.
Those are fucking 3 successes on 3 dice. That's pretty admirable. So you're flashing the flashlight through the car. Excuse me. And yeah, you stand there right at the window and you're flicking it around and you're just kind of taking in what all is there, isn't there, should be there, shouldn't be there, etc., etc. And I imagine the initial thing that'll stand out is there's, a beer bottle or two on the floor of the passenger side. Catch the glass reflects. It's one of those like, really, bruh, kind of things. But I mean, all in all, it's kind of a mess. Ooh, it's kind of a mess. The things that will stand out the most are let's see. There are 2 different chargers plugged in. Got one of those things you can plug in multiple USB things. So there's 2 different chargers.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and you can tell at a glance, one of them has that little white strip on it. So it's for 2 different kinds of phone.
He takes a picture with his iPhone,
Hmm.
putting the flash on it so it will actually show in the dark.
You get to play the obnoxious game of wrestle with taking a picture through glass with the flash on.
Yeah.
You eventually resort to using your flashlight instead because for some reason it
Mm-hmm.
really wants to pick up its own flash, but that's fine. So you do. You manage to take a picture. It's a little bit of a bitch though. It's annoying. There's that. And peering around, since you did get so many successes, as you're peering and kind of careening your head around, um, you see no shit. There's a purse like stuffed up under the passenger seat mostly, but you see a bit of it poking out.
Kind of curses to himself. I need to get that. Look around very casually. Any of the windows kind of slightly ajar, or are they all completely shut?
With your roll, I will give you that for three successes on three dice. You really can't do any better than that. You'll notice as you're peering and as you're kind of craning your head and trying to look at the windows, you realize after a couple seconds, oh, passenger side's unlocked. The little dongle's up.
But looks around, walks over casually, and just slowly opens the door, making as little noise as he can.
All right, now I'll give you a perception alertness as you come around the car with your flashlight.
Okay. 4 dice. No success, sadly.
Okay,
Just a
yeah,
fail, though.
it's all good. Yep, you come around the car, and yeah, sure enough, you could just pop the passenger side open.
Does it very carefully. What he does is he'll open enough so when he sticks the flashlight in, it won't reflect outward, essentially, like make a big bright crescendo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trying to keep it pointed down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll then take a look around the passenger side, essentially, now that he's got a better view of the car, because you can only see so much through windows and shit. So you kind of do like now he'll do a more controlled sweep, essentially.
What do
Reaching
you
for the
think?
purse, though.
Yep, the purse is definitely there. I mean, it's not a big one. It's some girls, like just last second
Oh, yeah.
grab of a clutch. See that? You see, let me see. You know what? Coming around on this side, opening the door and being able to like really look in there. As you're getting down to reach and grab the purse, you see a shoe on the passenger side, like a chick's, just like um
Heel flat,
it's a
Converse.
flat, but it's definitely like a nice little sandal.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Just one.
fancy. But it's
Just
yeah,
one.
just one.
Where exactly in the car is it?
It is actually in the foot area,
Okay.
but it's just kind of like akimbo. It's not like right where your foot would sit or something.
He'll take a picture of it.
Yup.
Then, then he reaches for the purse. Then slowly, okay, pulling it out.
You snag the purse.
He'll, yeah, he'll begin to rifle through it, looking for name, cards,
Oh yeah,
anything.
it's this chick's purse. There's like a tube of lipstick in there. There's her ID. Actually, I guess. Yeah, she's old enough. She probably still has like even a non-driving ID. So she just has a general ID, not
Okay.
a permit.
So what's the name I got?
Um, yeah, well, I don't know why I didn't do this one. Um, her name.
Mm-hmm. Does it have a picture as well?
Oh yeah, it's a photo ID. Um,
Okay.
her name will be Jenny Perkins.
Jenny Perkins. Okay. Does Anton know that name?
I mean, he heard Jenny mentioned once or twice, while he was sitting gossiping with all the girls.
Okay. Would he know her around the town? It's such a small community.
Yeah, She is younger. She's actually younger than your sister is.
Oh Jesus.
I mean, there's only like 1 year difference between you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, she's probably fresh, like freshman in high school.
Okay.
Um, reasonably young. She's kind of that snotty girl who's only just starting to grow, well, into being the snotty girl.
Mm-hmm.
Um, she's not completely unbearable yet, but she's definitely getting there.
Bear in mind, was there a missing persons report for her?
No,
Okay. Nods to himself. You know what? Yeah, I'm taking that ID. He kind of stuffs it into his jacket.
you snatch a photo ID. But yeah, there's
Is
like
there
a
any
little
cash?
there's there's a
Yeah,
condom.
he'll pocket the cash. He'll pocket the cash, unashamedly. Looks at the
I
cash.
think she has like 60
He'll take
bucks.
a picture. He takes the $60. Doesn't feel bad. Nope. Um, I am not a bad person. He says to himself as he's doing it. But he'll take a picture of the condom because that's more evidence again. Building the
Okay,
crime scene. No, but
the
building
crime
up.
scene.
That's basically what he's doing. Yeah, building the crime scene
Yeah, there's a
in the
couple
back.
beer bottles. Go ahead. You look at the back seat.
Yeah, he takes a picture of the beer bottles too. It's kind of like building scene by scene, like trying to replay out what's going on. And I'll check the back seat then.
You will check the back seat. On the floor of the back seat, there is a 6-pack of the bottled beer with 2 missing, which are on the floor up front.
Mm-hmm.
There's also actually there is another 6-pack on the other side behind the other seat. Has not been touched yet. And there's just a handful of garbage from like school. Like there's like a notebook back there. There's probably a not that. No, it's just like some garbage. Nothing really
Mm-hmm.
significant.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Once he does that, he'll come over where the driver's side is and click the boot open.
You click the boot open. The front of the car opens because Volkswagen Beetles are weird.
He'll go around to the boot essentially.
Yeah, you go around to the front. More just general junk. Definitely like equivalent of like the duffel, like the gym bag.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 2 bags, 2 duffels.
Checks both of them.
One is full of football gear. One, bless your heart. You open and it's those. Oh, yep, those are gym clothes.
Zips
Those are
back.
gym clothes.
Oh, ooh, closes the boot like. Like, nope, no, thank you. He'll walk back over to the passenger side and the driver's side, and he'll check the glove compartment.
You come around to the passenger side and you check the glove compartment, and it's the usual array of like, some paperwork, the registration for the car. There's probably at least one parking ticket in there.
Okay.
Um, there's like the little token like tire pressure gauge. There's like a small like one of those little cheapo LED flashlights, like super L cheapo, like as long as your palm is wide, kind that you can just pick up anywhere for $1 or $2. Um, just a handful of odds and ends. There's some change. Like
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. He'll close it back up. Before
there's
he
always
goes
at least
out,
one piece of hard candy, or no, there's gum in there.
scum. What he'll do is he'll climb into the driver's seat, sit in it, and kind of look out into the woods because he looks at him. It's almost like he's trying to build. So I stopped here. She's in here with me. Beer, condoms, going out here. What did I see? You kind of look out into the woods essentially from the driver's position essentially.
From that position in the car, you don't see much. Not
Mm-hmm.
really.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, hmm.
So if I don't see much, what my next plan is he'll climb back out. He's going to look at the ground of the passenger seat because this was unlocked. And using the shoe as an example, he's going to study the ground.
The downside is that you have since scuffled it,
Mm-hmm.
but you may make a higher difficulty survival check.
Okay.
And I will put it at 8 because you have walked around the car several times at this point.
That's fine. That's fine. That's just a fail, though.
Yep. You really, like, it's the middle of the fucking night. You are probably kicking yourself for tromping on it, but you're not really seeing you're not seeing much.
Okay. But I know one shoe is missing.
You do?
So, you begin to close back everything of the car very carefully, making sure that everything is exactly the way it was when you found it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And you very casually take the steps towards the direction of the woods where you'd see the front of the car, essentially, if you get me. And he'll kind of back into the trees. And what he'll begin to do is he'll begin to take off his clothes, fold them up very carefully, and put them in a neat little pile. And with enough survival, I think he can manage so they won't get too waterlogged, essentially. Do you know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, yeah. You don't have much issue.
And he is going to take the time to shift to Lupus.
All right. Yep. You end up having to put everything down. It means you lose your flashlight
Oh,
advantage.
oh! Before I do, actually, before I do, because I've just said it's the flaw in my plan. I'm going to leave the car door open, this passenger seat door open, and then do it.
Good man. So otherwise, this is going to be really funny.
Yeah.
Nope. You do just that. You successfully, you get your shit off. You set everything aside in a careful pile so that like the clothes are cradling the flashlight and everything else. Um, and yeah, you shift down. It takes you a hot minute. It's not comfortable. But after the whole process is over and you're kind of recovering from that kind of mental buzz of ow,
Mm-hmm.
you realize that things are not as like it's not any lighter per se, but there's still a starker contrast. You can definitely feel as though you can see a bit more and you can certainly smell more. Like already just shifting down that close to it, you're getting those initial wafts of not only like the beer and a little bit of remnant of that lovely gym bag, but you catch just a touch of like not perfume. It's not that strong. Just like the kind of scented lotion type stuff chicks wear.
What he's going to do is he's going to pad his way back towards the car.
Mm-hmm.
The shoe, I'm going to sniff it till I can gain a decent amount of scent off it.
Okay.
Like, basically trying to pick up a scent of this girl, essentially.
Do me a survival check to see how well you manage to really get that smell lodged in your brain. See if we can make
Sure.
your following rules any easier.
What do you want me to use for survival? Intelligence?
You'll be doing perception survival for this because you're taking a minute to really cast. Well, actually, yeah, do that.
2. Bob wants the
Yeah,
hangout link, by the way.
that's a hangout link.
Yep.
What is? Okay. He's been commenting this whole time and I've been missing it. Gonna put it in the side chat where I can't. Oh god. Oh, I'm gonna catch up some of this real fast. Oh my god.
God,
I'm sorry. I'm catching up like 2 pages worth of commentary.
It's me, your boy.
Oh god. Okay. I think I'll be all right. Sorry, back reading this and realizing what he was saying, it fucking killed me. Okay. No, I'm gonna die. Okay. So, sorry. You set the smell. Okay. Sweet. You feel like you've got a pretty good idea of her scent, or at least what her foot smells like. Smells, I don't know, like a fucking foot. There's lotion smell there too. Girls wear too much
Yeah,
lotion.
he'll probably knock the door closed with the side of his head.
you you headbutt the passenger door shut.
So he'll begin to use that scent to pass through the woods looking for that bitch that was a slip and slide, essentially. Oh god damn it.
She was a mango typhoon, okay? It's mango lotion. It's fucking delectable. All right, shut up. um, so you start following the scent. Weirdly enough, it does not go into the woods.
Okay.
You kind of catch it, and again, you kind of curse yourself for tromping all over the tracks. But while the little bit of gravel that there was here to the side of the car has been kind of futzed up and disturbed, you do start following, and sure enough, you pick up her trail, and it's literally just her. As far as you can tell, you start following along. You're snuffing, snuffling, and yeah, it goes down the road a bit. It at one point crosses the road, and it just starts going straight down the road.
Sherlock McGruff makes a fucking confused as fuck face.
So
Sherlock McGruff makes the most confused face. He's like, "What?"
oh
And start patting down the road after it, following it.
yep. You actually you go for a little bit. You do eventually find the other shoe, for what it's worth. The other sandal.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little snapped band on it. It's barely even fucking noticeable. It's been kind of kicked off.
What does it look like? Is there muck? Is there anything on it, or is it just like the way you know what I mean? Like, what am I looking at in terms of the shoe itself? Like,
It looks the same as the other one. It is the matching partner. It's a little dirtier because she has been, running down the road in it. But besides it being snapped and cast aside, it doesn't seem any worse for the wearer. There's no like blood stains or anything on it.
okay, I'm gonna follow the footprints then because she's moving in her bare feet.
Yeah, you continue to follow for a bit. And as you're especially as you're getting along here, um you'll catch the tiniest scent of blood as you keep going because there's like gravelly bullshit that gets kind of rolled to the side of the road. Not
Mm-hmm.
not a really distinct amount though. Just like ow, she's running barefoot down the road. Um but you do find that the strides are fairly long initially. Like this girl was running. She was hauling ass.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes on for a while until it just kind of abruptly, like the footsteps kind of slow. They muddy up as if she's turning, and then they just kind of tread onto the pavement and stop.
Tread onto the pavement and stop. Okay. So like they just run, turn, stop, like abruptly.
It's a running stride. There's a couple times where there's a bit of stumbling, as if like she paused to look back. But as you get along, the strides get shorter. She probably was starting to run out of breath. But it does finally abruptly go to kind of a walking pace. And you'll even see her kind of, you could swear she even backpedals a step or two. And then once she steps full onto the pavement again, you lose it. You just kind of get overridden with the generic rubbery and exhaust smells.
So on the ground, I imagine 'cause she's been running on muck, she's been running on gravel. Is there any distinctive prints on the ground at all? If
Um,
she's coming onto a pavement.
Not especially. It wasn't raining, so you don't have a lot of mud type stuff to cling. You might
Mm-hmm.
actually see a portion of like a dusty footprint from where she's been running in kind of that stuff off to one side of the road. And again, it's mostly like little bits of gravel, pebbles, some of the dust kicked up, dirt and stuff. So you get part of a footprint,
Okay.
a couple of them actually, a couple partials as it treads off of the bottoms of her feet.
Which way is she going? She's going straight, or is she turning off anywhere from what I can tell from these partials then?
Oh, from the partials, she just takes a couple strides onto the road, and then you kind of lose it, especially with whatever traffic has come and gone in the intervening day.
And what's ahead of me this way? Is it just clear open road, or is it
It
cutting
is
off
an
into?
open road, open road in both directions.
Hmm. Okay, if it's open road in both directions, you kind of look back and kind of look down. Hmm. He's going to pad a bit forward a bit because if it's open road and she's starting to slow down in pace, yeah, he'll pad forward another little bit, and if not, then he'll backtrack to the actual thing.
Yeah, you can look around a bit, but you really like that's where you lose it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll do one.
Sorry.
He'll do one more fucking trek and then just pat around a bit. Then now he'll start the one back to the fucking truck.
Nope. You just it's the same sort of trail. Again, you have a bit of a time passing over the pavement, but you manage to get from point A to point B because you had the scent set in your head so well. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just that's as far as it goes. So just to summarize, it basically looks like she came out of her side of the car, tore off running,
Yeah,
um,
which
and
me,
yeah,
yeah,
soon enough slowed down and eventually kind of stopped for some reason and disappeared.
cool. Okay, which means yeah, okay. He'll start heading back then. You start moving back to where the fucking thing is.
Yep, you pad back.
Um, this motherfucker smells like a fucking gym essentially, and can I pick that up off this place?
You do? I mean, to be fair, he wasn't exactly fresh from the gym going out with a girl, but there is a lingering scent of alcohol.
Yeah, that's probably where he'll pick up on first, and then check the fucking driver's side essentially for footprints and all that type of shit.
You do. Well, you'll have a little difficulty faced in that you did not leave the driver's side open.
Mm-hmm.
But you like snuffle around the crack of the door and snuffle around on the ground. Do me another survival check to follow your nose.
On my nose.
You do not follow your nose.
Do I not get to?
Oh yeah,
Do I
you
not
do
get to loop this
fours.
thing?
It's fours. You lucky bastard, I forgot. Yeah, you do. You do follow your nose. I lied. I fucking lied. You follow your nose. You've again have you again have fucked up whatever trail there was initially, but you do manage to pick up a bit of a scent combo of like just that fucking remnants of some Axe body spray and alcohol. What a combo! What a winner this guy is!
Yeah.
And you this time you do in fact trot around the car, and whereas before it was just more fucking woods, down on all fours, and with your expanded senses, you see essentially like a small like deer trail style thing. Like previously it would have looked like some more fucking underbrush, but as it currently is, it might as well be a footpath.
Yep. Follow that.
You follow that. Hmm. All right. You follow this guy's trail into the woods.
Yep.
Let me see. Scent base. So, okay. So, yeah, you follow this trail into the woods. And, yep, you don't have too much trouble keeping the trail. It's a decent roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep as quiet as I can as I'm moving as well. I'll probably activate blur just out of instinct. Keep myself quiet, nice
Yeah,
and
yeah,
quiet.
yeah.
At 3 on blur,
Okay.
so that's a +3 diff, and then I'll start creeping my way through the woods.
Crapping.
Creeping.
Well, roll yourself too. Jeez.
Okay, God. 7. 3.
3 successes at diff 9. Very well. So noted, good sir. As you creep along,
Creep.
you creep. God damn it. Creep along through the woods, following this trail. This is the best idea we've ever had. Okay, so you crap along, and you'll go along, and it's especially once you get past that initial brush where the foliage is always thicker towards the edge of a wooded area. Maybe it's like the extra light that gets through that isn't filtered by trees, whatever. There's a pretty decent one little footpath here. You can tell this is somewhere that people periodically walk. And it goes around this way and it goes around that way. And kind of similar, but not nearly so classy as the big stone area that you have. One of the places that you take Lizzie to, out where you got like this fantastic fucking view. It's a similar kind of setup. It's similar kind of setup. There is a large span of like straight up just stone, kind of an outcropping area. The view isn't nearly as good. This is lower down the mountain, but you can kind of tell this is that one of those places people go, evidenced by the fact that as you get out there following in this here trail, you find oh, what is that? You spy. It's a fucking blanket.
Oh boy. Smell of shame and beer and shit.
I mean, the smell of shame is distressingly old. Didn't even get that final lay.
But yes, yeah, he'll keep ignoring the old place and try to keep following essentially.
That is where this trail doth go, is ye old Kissin' Hill, as it were. Where you
And
followed
the
along, you find kind of an old blanket that you can tell by even the smell of it. It's kind of musty in that it's been brought out a couple times. It's seen some open air. It's laid in the dirt a couple times. He should probably wash that more often.
and the scent stops, but is there any noticeable like footprints on the ground or anything in the where I am?
I mean, to say the scent stops would be a little generous. It doesn't like come to a grinding halt. You get out here and oh hey look, a blanket. Someone brought a blanket. Look, they even started to spread out the blanket. And look at the blood.
But
Look at that. They just spatter. It's unfortunate.
oh, there's blood. Okay, okay. This
It
is
is. It is not a massive volume, but you definitely start catching that coppery twang, and as you snuff around, as you kind of take it in, yeah, it's small bits. It's flecks here and there.
Where is the largest concentration of it that I can smell?
You follow to where the steps kind of peter off to the side, and into some brush, and it's more the brush that has the heaviest bit of scent. You know what else the brush has in it?
What?
You wanna guess? Wanna guess?
Spiders?
Wanna roll me some perception alertness? See if comedy follows. See if you become a kung fu master. Darn it, that's a pretty good roll. You do not become a kung fu master. You do not go face first into a bunch of webbing.
Looks at it.
You like go to follow the scent and like start poking your muzzle in there, and you catch that kind of silvery glint and oh boy,
Commando drops.
guess what you get to roll, buddy.
I do. Fucking willpower.
Yeah, huh? That is a success.
Keep the mental fortitude away from my.
You still do the initial kind of jerk back like ha ha. I see your shit. Like you have that moment, but you do not feel the need to never ever go near this bush. In fact, let's burn it. Let's just burn it all.
I started attacking the webbing with my pausies. Like viciously removing it away from any of the evil creatures that are the arachnids. Flashbacks go to that room where I was surrounded by spiders. Yeah, no, I hit the webbing with my tail.
You start smacking webbing.
Mm-hmm.
So this fat little spider like rolls across your paw as you're batting. It just skitters across, is almost immediately gone like a sneaky little asshole, but it just like you see it and you feel it on the little hairs on your palsy. It just skitters right across your paw.
I start rolling around in dirt and everything. No! Touch me!
Oh, it touched you with its spider cooties.
Mm-hmm.
It happened.
And I'm infected. I'll have to like shower with bleach after this.
You will, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so thankfully for some reason it does not bite you. Probably because it was gone before you even had that second to react, but yeah, you proceed to have a small fit because you decided to bat at current webbing. That was almost inevitable.
Mm-hmm. But this blood spouter after my little knee just spaz out.
Yeah, you have yourself a nice little spaz. But yeah, there's as you're poking at it though, I will give you that it's not a truly outrageous amount of webbing. It just looks like, hey, some spiders live in this bush. It's not like some of what you saw down in that basement before you dropped the before you called on Water Buddy to purify the area.
Still the same. They're still the enemy, Katie. But yeah, I'm gonna check avoiding the spiders as much as Call of Duty will allow me to do that.
You poke around and you investigate and you snuffle, and here's the thing: is you don't really find a large volume of blood.
Mm-hmm.
You find bits, you find flecks, you find like almost where it's spattered out or dripped off. But the biggest thing you're finding are droplets. Like you're not even finding like bits of people, nothing. Just something definitely happened here.
Droplets. I'm gonna look up into the trees as well and see if they've because if it's droplets, it means something was going on, and he figures that something might have been carrying whatever the fuck that was left of this dweeb. So I'm gonna check up the trees as well.
Oh boy. You look up.
Yes.
There's more webs. They're up there. There's a lot of them.
I take a rage.
Yes, you may take a fear-based rage. It's a lot. One of the branches is like practically coated on the outside in webbing. Like not like a thick layer, just that creepy cobwebby spread.
Why is it always spiders? Why? Oh, is the scent up there? Is it stronger up there where all the fucking creepy spiders are?
I mean, not especially. That'd be up in the open air where the wind would have dealt with it. It's been a day.
Well, then I don't need to go up there. That's fine. We'll never address it ever again. As he looks back down.
I was gonna make you roll a willpower to go up in that shit.
No, if it's not there, I'm not going up. That's his logic. No, I do not need to go up there. You
That
can
is
fuck off.
completely fucking unnecessary.
Yeah, that's basically what he's patting out of the spider bush. He's like, I don't need to go in there. No, no. You can fuck off with your death bush.
Nope.
Okay, so droplets. So what he's going to do then is, I'm going to look it down on the ground and kind of wherever the droplets are there any type of noticeable like padding in the dirt or anything like that? Like anything distinctive?
I need to close this fucking chat or I'm gonna die. It'll still pop up, but I'll see less at a time. Okay, so you go back in your never mind, this is actually more distracting. Oh, this is the best game ever. So you kind of pull out of the death bush and give yourself a shake, and you can still feel little bits of web in your fur. Yeah. But you steel yourself with all your resolve, and you start looking around at what all may have gone down here. I will have you do a perception investigation again, and you get your lupus advantage.
Yay! I won't completely suck at this. Sherlock Scruff is gonna do this.
Yeah, one success is enough to get something of an idea. Like, obviously, the guy comes out here, went to set down the blanket. You found the area where he has scuffled to at some point. Like, it's hard to put together exactly what happened to get him here, but you know he was here because he bled here. What's weird is that with that one success, what you do find is where the footsteps start moving off again, but that scent that you were following initially has dissipated.
Mm-hmm. So I find the footsteps.
So you catch a little bit of like, oh hey, more footsteps, but none of that accompanying initial scent, none of the alcohol smell. Weirdly enough, the blood smell doesn't seem to be clinging.
Okay. I follow the footsteps, but again, keep him very stealthily as he can. And after all, I got that big diff.
Do your sneaky sneak?
Yep.
You have not done anything dramatic enough to force me to take away your blur.
Yay. How's that work? Yes, I will do my sneaky sneak. I'll roll my stealth. 3.
Still 3 successes at diff 9 necessary to catch you at your shit. So you sneaky snake your way along, and you'll realize as you're following along, and it is much more difficult. You will actually have to take a couple pauses. Roll me another perception survival.
Okay.
Keep the trail.
Okay.
Aha. Yep, you follow it back up. And it really is. It's one of those things where it comes around from another direction. There isn't like a natural like little game path here or anything. But it does lurch back right up to where the car is. You follow it along and you come out actually we'll say maybe 10 feet in front of where the car is parked.
What window am I at? Am I at the passenger or driver's side?
Well, it is the passenger side is against the side. They've pulled off to the right of the road and everything's flip-flopped over here. So it technically would be passenger side, but it's a bit out in front of the car. Like you're a good 10 feet away from the front of the car, like a good 3 yards.
Okay. It can definitely Yeah, and I can see where the passenger side is, so it makes sense why the girl suddenly bolted and ran. Okay. Okay. God damn it. Would it be reasonable to assume from what I've been seeing in terms of the evidence in front of me that whatever this was that got your man, because it's clear this guy is gone, is the reason why double back around, and probably the reason why she went and bolted essentially. From the stuff I've been seeing.
Pretty reasonable assumption.
Okay. So he'll pad around, and he will. Fuck it, yeah, he will. He'll take the time to go back to Hamid, but he'll pad right over to where his clothes are first.
Yep. You pitter pat back over, and you revert very abruptly, like jarringly abruptly, to your natural shape. It's you're getting a little more adept, and you're finding it is so easy to be like, I want to be me. Poof. Ugh.
He puts back on his clothes because Cole's like, ooh, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And he'll begin to, what he will do is he'll begin to scuff the trail even further so none of his footprints are around the area. He doesn't mind the paw prints because wild animals, but any distinctive of his footprints, he's gonna clean it essentially.
How are you gonna scuff them up?
With my feet.
Like with your bare feet?
Around. No, my bootsies. I'm gonna kick around. I'm gonna kick around the dirt. Basically, I'm gonna just rejig the trail essentially. Do you know what I mean?
All right.
I'll probably create a few false mistrails, a few bits of this, a few bits of that, essentially.
Okay.
I'm even going to, with my gloved hand, use the girl's shoe to place several bits of pad so make it look like she went in the woods as well by placing the shoe down on the ground and then cleaning it and putting it back in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm just going to trace a shitload of false trails. So if anyone is trying to track,
I will have you roll some larceny. I'm not even sure what accompanying attribute to have you use.
It's her intelligence.
I
could technically do survival too. Or manipulation.
We'll do a manipulation, and yeah, we'll do manip survival, since what you're doing is basically tracks and stuff. You're not messing with the car per se.
No. God, Jesus. Nope.
Okay, you make a cursory attempt. Bless your little heart. Looks good to you. That's totally convincing. Those only left shoe footprints going into the woods? So legit.
Yeah, I'm the shit. He'll then clean his what he would very much do very carefully. Fuck it. He'll probably do one more double check because he's paranoid at this point, and he needs to make sure that he is no way tied to this.
So what are you doing?
He'll do one more sweep, and essentially what he's going to do. Car's there. He's been wearing gloves. Trail's decent.
Your own footprints are handled. I'm not going to make you roll something crazy to scuff up the ground.
No, he'll... Yeah, no, I think he's done enough. He's... Yeah, no, he's done enough. He'll end up backing off, essentially, out towards his car, moving as quietly as he can.
All right. You retreat to your vehicle.
And he's going to drive down the road that the girl was going down.
Yeah, so what you do is you pull back off the side of the road, pull ahead of where the other dude parked off, and do a U-turn.
Yep. Very casually.
Yep. You start just kind of rolling casually up the road. It's fucking empty. It's the middle of the goddamn night.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you start rolling up the road. And this is one of those points where it becomes very pointed how useful being in that shape was, because you don't see shit. Like, even knowing what to look for Like you don't spot the shoe. You don't really spot the footprints.
Oh yeah,
It's a
but he
dirty
knows.
old worn out road, so
But
like you start trailing along and you just don't see anything really.
but he knows it's there if you get me.
Hmm.
Um, so he's gonna drive up the road and essentially he's going to drive because this girl must have been running for miles. So what he's going to do is he's going to drive along and see where's the first place. Does that that's a stop off point because either that or she's ran into the woods or something. But he's gonna follow and see is there any type of stop off like a gas station or anything like that.
Oh, as you get down the road,
Yeah.
yeah, you roll on down the road. And it's pretty fucking dead out here.
Mm-hmm.
But as you get back in, like you actually get back in, start passing a couple people's like you drive up this way and a couple people live up this road and a couple of people live up this next road and then into start getting into town like and yeah probably the first thing you'll hit is like a gas station. um
So is it the gas station I hit first or people's houses?
People's homes.
Okay. That is risky. But how was the person was it just his car found or did someone report it in?
It's just that his car was found. Nobody knows where he is.
Okay, which means she didn't go into people's houses. Because if she did, there would have been a big fucking hullabaloo. If that's reasonable assumption to make, right?
It's a reasonable assumption to make.
Okay. He'll nod to himself. He'll keep driving then. Because no, if she had gone into the gas station, there would have been something. There would have been more to this. So what he'll do then is he is going to ring as he's driving. He'll park up and everything, probably a good number of miles down the road. He's going to ring. Somebody's very good at investigating. Technically, he's going to ring Suzanne.
Susie Q.
Susie Q.
So you give a ring and it you surprised it takes a ring or two. Like she gets away from her phone here and there. But after a couple rings, the phone picks up. Hey, what's up? What are you
Hey,
doing up this time of
right.
night?
Just double checking a few things. I'm up early. Can I ask you a few something?
A few something? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Do
Fire
you know a
away.
girl? Do you know a girl who hold out the ID and read off the name because my memory's like a sieve today?
That's okay. I had to write it down too. Ah, Jenny. Jenny. I mean, kinda.
Okay, kind of, as
She's
in
an underclassman with your sister, isn't she? Well, I mean,
she's my
like,
sister.
well, next class down and kind of a bitch. So
Okay, no, I'm just double checking. I think my sister mentioned her or something.
why'd she pull some shit?
Might have done.
Hmm.
Are you home alone?
Yeah, I told you my dad's out for a while.
Do you mind if I
Oh,
stop by?
yeah, I'm alone.
Do you mind if I stop by?
Yeah.
You just
Are
not.
you
I'll
gonna
be
eat me out of house and home? Pick up something on
no,
your way.
no. I'm all right. Just yeah, it's easier. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
It's something serious. It's just it's easier to talk face to face.
There's a pause, and you can imagine there's a bit of a struggle. Okay. Yeah,
He'll
come
hang
on
up
by.
and yeah, I'll be there. Hangs up, grab some food from the gas station because fuck it, he is hungry. He didn't get any breakfast.
Fucking liar. Always
Um,
hungry.
he didn't get any breakfast, so he'll grab like those big hot chicken rolls, those type of things.
Mm-hmm.
Grabs one of them. Grabs actually two of them. Um,
Hey, he's got $60.
yeah, gets a bit fancy. Gets a croissant and everything. Gets he buys her food too. Gets whatever. Gets basically two for both essentially, and we'll drive out there.
And yeah, you roll out. Oh, we'll say for lulz that Susie actually lives not too fairly far. Um, bit more up the way. And let me get her picture in. Oh, where'd she go? There she is. Any minute, Minicam will catch up. There we go. So yeah, sure enough, you raid the gas station. The poor guy working at the counter seems entertained because hey, at least it's someone up. Doesn't seem to mind at all. Bullshits with you a little bit as you're, puttering around grabbing stuff. But yeah, rings you out, sends you on your way, waves you off. Um, Pulls back up his phone and sets it next to the register as you're walking out to finish watching whatever he was watching. And you roll out to Suzanne's. And sure enough, you get up there and she must have seen the headlights coming up the way because, you go park the car and she's already standing in the door.
Walks up, holds his bag over his shoulder as he's walking,
Hey?
rustles in it. Hey, got your food.
Oh, hot. Yeah, she'll move out of the way and hold the door open for you.
Walks in.
What did you get me?
Got one of those big, the big, huge jumbo roll type things. Fishes in his bag.
Hell yeah. Midnight snackies. She'll follow you in, probably into just like the kitcheny type. There's a dining table in there and all. So yeah, she just follows you in, uh, pauses at the fridge, snag a drink,
I got you
plops
that
down
too.
with you.
Holds up the
Ooh,
soda bottle.
hot shit. Look at you.
It just
Yo
pours out.
sticks a drink back in.
It puts down 2 cans of fucking Coke, cross on the big chicken rolls and just sits down himself.
And yeah, she'll hop in at the table across from him.
So, you hear about that missing guy?
Uh,
Joey?
yeah, I heard about the car.
Yeah. Answers to himself. I don't know. Apparently he was cheating on his girlfriend or some shit, and Lizzie asked me to look into it.
Lizzie asked you to look into it. I guess there's a pause and a bit of a squint as she starts doing the social arithmetic of who knows who.
Mm-hmm.
Finally gives a light nod, like, okay, yeah, that checks out.
And I did some snooping.
And some snooping. Kind of snooping.
Yeah. Some snooping.
There's a small growing grin, like just tugging at the corner of her lips. Totally wholesome, legal kind of snooping.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Hmm.
Now,
What'd you get?
he was definitely out in the car with somebody.
Well, yeah. I don't know if you've met the entire football team of every year of
No,
school.
the point is that I couldn't find a head nor trace of him.
I mean, no one can. Isn't that kind of the point?
Nods. But hold out the ID.
Ooh. She actually will, reach out to take it, get a look
Mm-hmm.
at it, confirm that it is the real thing, flicks it. You can see her do the little, shift under the kitchen light so it catches the little watermark, oh, you just found this?
Purse too.
Oh. Ooh.
Charger, condoms.
Steamy. Offers it back.
Takes it. She ran from something.
Ran from something?
I found
No, do you think she
one.
saw a bear and booked it?
Might have been a bear, but I found one shoe in the car and one shoe down the road. Snapped. My guess is it might have been an animal attack.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I would probably pay to see her try to run full tilt in that miniskirt.
Can you keep a
She's
secret?
she's still kind of got a joking smile on, taking it all very passively. Yeah, sure.
I found blood.
Oh shit, really? She very abruptly goes from like the casual lean back in the chair to leaning forward, like arms on the table.
Trail into the forest.
Oh shit! Think
Can
it
you
was
keep?
theirs?
Might have been. From what I could tell, whatever the hell this animal was, might have grabbed him in the woods. Did the dragging off for meal. She might have saw something. Ran. That's what the tracks indicate, that it obviously came out in the brush. She booked it.
Oh shit!
My question is, I gotta find her.
I mean, she kind of shrugs. Did you
Like
try her parents? Like,
I don't know who the fuck she is. Smile.
let me just check a thing before I say it, just to make sure I'm not full of shit. All right, so I know these don't have phone numbers on them, but and she plucks the card out of your fingers, turns it to face you again, puts it back in your fingers. Her home address is right there.
Well, it was a bit dark. I'll say defensively, because to be fair, it was pitch black.
Oh, yeah, and it's the middle of the night. I'm pretty sure if you just walked up and knocked on their door, they would, I don't know, set the dog on you or something, if they have a
Exactly.
dog.
That's what I'm saying. But if that girl ran off, right? Whoa,
Where'd she run?
she went for miles. There was first place I found was a person's house. Don't you think that alarm wouldn't have been raised?
Um,
Cops.
I mean, yeah, if she went up to their house.
And what would you do if you saw a bear attacking something like your boyfriend?
And probably flip the fuck out. I mean, you mean me personally?
No, but like, what you know what I'm saying? Wouldn't you run to
Yeah,
the first house to get help?
yeah.
So why wasn't there alarm raised? Why was this car reported found there?
She kind of heaves a shrug. I mean, it was a pretty good ways out from people's homes. So, are you sure she got that far?
That's what the trail said.
Hmm. I mean, if you saw the tracks going up, or if you followed her all the way back, how the fuck did you follow her? Like, there's a pause and kind of a turn and a glance.
Takes a bite of his roll. Good at tracking people.
Okay, not creepy.
Well, I work in the fucking nature place. First thing you
Fair.
learn.
Okay, so Mr. Master Scout. If it went up to someone's home, I would go back, I guess, and ask. But
That's arousing suspicion, though, right?
I mean, yeah, it'd be kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it? If you came asking about this random ass girl for
Yeah,
no reason.
probably.
And look, I can't pass off as like say like, oh, I don't fucking know anything, apart from like an 18-year-old.
Yeah, fair. Hmm. I mean, do you know if she's missing?
No,
Like, did she miss school?
that can be something I can ask my sister.
There you go.
But can you keep the secret for me?
What, this? You being a weirdo? Yeah, sure.
Okay. It's just, you know, figured you'd want a little helping hand every now and again.
There's a grin. She kind of tips the soda can to him. I do. And I'm not gonna lie, once this all clears out, you're totally showing me where that blood is.
Eyes down a little bit.
What?
Why? Why? That's a big risk.
Like I said, after the cops have cleared off.
Uh-huh. Still a big risk, miss.
Well, you are a fucking, I don't know, what's his name? Whatever. You're
Bear
practically a
Grylls.
fucking like Lord of the Rings ranger or some shit, so I'm sure I'll be fine. You'll pull an arrow out of your ass and shoot it at it. It'll be great.
Just do me a favor and stay away from shit like that for a bit, okay?
I don't want to get picked up by the cops. I'm not going by
Okay.
some like might maybe be a crime scene.
Just keep a head down when you're going out doing your photos, okay? Don't go out alone.
Kind of scrunches her face.
Look, animal attacks like this, lean forward, they don't just, they happen sporadically, yes, but if something's that concentrated, it has a territory. It's going to patrol its territory.
Okay, so I'll go do some shoots away from the territory. Besides, it's like what? Like, to be fair, fucking bear
Just
that's learned to eat people is pretty fucking freaky.
exactly. So if you are going out on your own, ring me.
You gonna come wrestle a bear for me?
I don't want anything to happen.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? I know I'm being a bit serious, but this is kind of my job, you know? This is literally some of the stuff I work with.
No, no, I know. That's. I'm only giving you a little shit. Just a little.
Can you. Do you have a dark room?
Not at the house, but yeah, I like I said,
Can you,
I'm good with the photo teacher at school still.
if I can transfer photos I have on my phone to your camera, can we process them out to actual photos?
Uh, Going from like digital to, I mean, it'd probably be easier to just. She kind of jerks her thumb up. Probably be easier to just print them out.
Well, you're more the camera expert than me. You smile.
She kind of grins and shakes her head. Yeah, I've got decent photo paper upstairs, but
Can
like,
we. You jingle his phone. I got a few things. I want to double check it.
yeah, sure, you'll just owe me. That paper's expensive. Starts heaving herself up,
Yeah, I came
snags
and
the
bought.
roll with one hand, snags the
Yeah,
soda with the other.
I came and bought you food and everything.
I mean, to be fair, you ate more than this last time you were here. Waggles the fucking roll at him.
To be to be fair, I couldn't have bought you food. It stands up, like that's gone within like a fucking second. Just
Yeah, she hasn't even touched the croissants. They've been left open game. They will
oh
fall
yeah,
prey.
that was her mistake. Yeah, you look over. To be fair, I could have just not brought you anything.
Well, yeah, but then you would have been a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of again, grinning over her shoulder.
All right, show me this computer then.
Yeah, come on. And yeah, she's got food in one hand, she's got drink in the other. He can carry his own phone. Uh, trots upstairs, kind of bumps the light with her elbow. Trots around into her room again, kind of just nudges the light switch as she comes in. Putters over towards her desk, setting down the soda can, and smacking her mouse. And just, you know, glances around, holds up a hand.
Take your hands to the phone.
She'll take a second, kind of glance at what kind of phone it is, roll her
It's
eyes.
be like an
Charger?
iPhone, be like an iPhone 6 or 7, and you'll pad the charger over towards her. Yeah, you would have brought it in.
Yeah. Hopefully he has the USB that can be plugged into a block and not like
Yeah.
something that goes straight into the wall.
No, he has the proper like USB connector and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she'll plop that into the phone, plug it into the USB port while she's tapping in like her little password to open her desktop. Got any porn in there? Shoots a glance over
No,
her shoulder.
no.
Damn it. And
I
yeah,
mean, I have a couple pictures of you and Liz. Wink.
She kind of shakes her head and goes ahead and yeah, starts pulling up folders, accesses the phone, gets into the folders that have the pictures you've taken, scrolls through them. If you have decided to take any scandalous photos of Lizzie, you will not be spared the least bit of a ribbing.
There's scandalous photos of both her and Lizzie, so she can fucking suck it. That he doesn't even give a shit. He's looking at her while she's doing it.
She starts scrolling and is like, "Oh my god, when did you even take these?"
You said I could. In fact, points scrolls the photo and say man her.
Okay, not that one. That one doesn't count. That one's fine.
Lizzie likes photographs. She's a painter and all that shit.
She likes these photographs? Like, points to one of the ones he's taken of her, like, yep.
Grins back. I didn't say no.
Okay.
Hey,
You sure you want me to leave those on your phone?
I'll delete them later.
Better hope she's not the snooping type. And starts, scrolls to the end of the most recent photos, starts opening them in separate little windows on the desktop. All right, so which ones do you want printed? Oh, hey, condom.
He'll point at all the crime scene ones essentially.
The crime scene photos.
He'll probably say, "Yeah, delete the ones of you. Keep that one. It's just the ones of him and her. Store that somewhere else for yourself.
Oh, for me.
Well, for both of us."
She grins. And yeah, she'll copy over and delete a handful of photos for him. But we'll pull up all these crime scene photos, and for what it's worth, she's not stupid and she's not careless. She does take a second to actually look at all these photos. Like, you can catch her really studying them and what he's taking pictures of. Trying to kind of piece together, because he knows exactly where he was and what he was taking a photo of, but she doesn't.
He'll lean over, and his head's like on her shoulder. See what I mean?
Damn. Here I thought I'd scandalize you with the breaking and entering. You got me beat already. And you flicks to another picture. Kind of tilts her head looking at it. Wear sandals like that out here.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, it's clear what was going on. You know, there was beer back. There was enough beer to knock out a fucking army in the back of the fucking car.
She gives an eye roll.
But I'm trying to figure out what got him, because that's what happened, and what made her run so fucking fast. Because there was nobody to look over, just droplets.
Weird.
Hey, I know you see things out in the wild.
I mean, yeah, she just kind of shrugs. Maybe it was a mountain lion? They'll snatch and carry.
Maybe.
And yeah,
But
she shrugs and pulls up all those photos, and you'll see she takes reaches over to her printer, flicks it on, and reaches in, and she has the big stack of just generic white paper, but she actually pulls out a much smaller package of like the glossy, like thick photo paper. And she pulls that out, fiddles with the settings some, and loads it in. And yeah, queues up all of the photos and sets them to print. And then kind of turns a glance back. It's going to take a second.
nods, then leans up against the wall, rubbing his face. How you been?
No, I've been fine. Just she kind of gestures to the screen again. Not doing anything this exciting.
Like I said, I got a bit of an emergency call from Lizzie yesterday.
Yeah, to go snooping on who's sleeping with who.
I mean, we went to the house and stuff, and they're all in the fucking state.
Whose house?
I don't know. The girlfriend?
Here's another pause and some social calculation. Oh, okay. The Thompson girl.
You know anything about her?
She shrugs. Lives in a big place up there. Yeah, kind of points, like backing up, essentially up the mountain face.
I should probably try to talk to her.
I mean, I guess if you want to.
I need to know. I need to set up a pattern. I need to figure out what exactly drove them out there. I need to, like I said,
She just switches to the picture of like the open purse with the condom in it. Turns a glance back at him.
I need to figure out. I'm figuring out something.
I mean, it's called cheating.
It's called cheating, but you notice how people react?
Uh, with Scandal because our sitcoms suck.
I'm establishing and making sure that it is an animal attack. I know the cops are meant to do this shit, but I said I'd lend a hand and I'll give all the info I have to the cops after.
You roll that subterfuge.
But it's so fucking hard. Fuck me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Damn it. You'd still be the defender. She can't beat it. Even with all successes. Oh, you got a specialty?
Yep, charm.
Trying to decide whether I'll let you have charm apply or not. I'll roll just to see. Unless she gets all successes, it's not even a debate. Yeah, no, you're good. She like flicks a glance up, like, really? Getting involved with the cops?
I mean, I was asked to help, and it's the fucking moral. I mean, yeah, you and me are whatever. But like, wow, this is a person who,
I mean, she kind of lifts her hands up, like, I'm not saying you do you, but
I'm
I'm
just
surprised
saying,
they let you be involved.
that, hey, I got my talent.
I'm not saying you don't, but cop stuff is cop stuff. I
I'm
don't
just
really
saying,
take volunteer work.
maybe I know a guy.
Maybe you do. She kind
Exactly.
of picks her head up, like, yeah, maybe you do.
Oh, mysterious. Grin's back.
Yeah, mysterious.
But
Or nosy.
can you keep this on the down low for me?
Mm-hmm. Who am I going to tell? Your sister?
Just, I know, just keep it on the down low for me. I trust you.
Well, I mean, you're kind of keeping my rampant vandalism on the down low, so I suppose fair's fair.
And us fucking each other as he's looking down the corridor.
And maybe that.
Looks back. Smirks a
It's a
bit.
big grin.
So, what would you do in this situation if you had the girl's ID, you have a home address, you know something's gone on? How would you approach this if you wanted to find her?
I mean, I probably wouldn't have taken it. She kind of lifts her eyebrows a little bit, but sits back in her chair. Probably just use the social find, see if she like got home or something. Because, like you said, no one said anything about her missing. For all you know, she just ran home and is clammed up.
Okay.
So I guess see if she's at school. She might miss a couple days. But if she was missing, like her folks, yeah,
Would
they'd
be
probably
freak.
they'd be flipping the fuck out.
That's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? If there were any inclination, it would be a two-person missing report. You know?
Yeah.
So, looks at his phone. You said she's with my sister, right? Well, she's in the same year.
Your she's actually down a year, but shrugs.
Okay.
But
Picks
your
up the
sister
phone.
probably sees her.
Picks up the phone, but hits the number on the dial.
She like reaches over. She's like, "Oh my god, it's like 3 a.m. What are you doing?"
Puts the finger on her lips.
And when finally the phone is picked up, it will be to the tune of a very groany like. Hold on, let me switch pictures around here.
Such a dick.
He is a super dick. Where is she? There she is. You hear a very, very tired, very complainy. What?
I need you to wake up.
Why? It's the middle of the night. I've got class.
I know. I need you to check something for me when you go into class tomorrow.
What?
I need
Jesus.
I need you to check if a certain girl says her name.
What about her?
Just check if she's in, will you? I heard she was giving Lizzie some shit.
What? She's like a freshman.
You know how the rumor scandal is.
Oh my god. I could have just like left a note or something. You can
I'm not at
hear
home.
her like the shuffle as she's like rubbing her face.
I'm not at home.
There's like a pause. Where are you?
Looks over at fucking Susie.
I mean, unless you have it on speaker, she can't hear it.
I mean, no. I mean, he can turn the volume up. He's kind of looking over. I am at.
Susan just kind of raises her eyebrow, like, "What you gonna do, buddy?"
Not Lizzie. She's quite inconsolable.
What
She
the?
said some.
Oh
Yeah, she
my
said some
god!
nasty shit about her, or some bullshit like that. Like,
How the fuck?
don't mention it to her. Like when you see her next, she just said
Oh
some
my
nasty
god!
shit.
I don't even care. Can I go to sleep now?
Thanks, thanks. I'm just trying to help here. I thought you liked her. It's fine. Whatever.
Oh my god! You're such a dick. We'll check tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
Hangs up.
Yeah, it kind of clicks.
Looks over at Susie. Fixes his jacket a bit. Like, yeah, that's right. I lied.
I mean, Susie looks pretty entertained. Inconsolable.
Inconsolable. Hey, I learned how to lie good. What?
I
Worked, didn't it?
hope so.
I learned how to lie good from my dad.
I mean, either you learned how to lie or you've got dibs on the next round of social drama.
I learned. See, she's too tired and she'll believe it and she won't say stuff to Lizzie because she actually likes Lizzie. Playing off the game.
Oh no, I hope you're a really good liar because if you're gonna keep staying over here, you better be good at it.
Left a note for Lizzie saying I was called in early.
Oh. So no back in 20, huh?
Nope.
She may or may not be like kind of like teasing her tongue out over her lip as the printer finally gives an agitated beep. Kind of pulling her out of the almost imminent attack. She kind of flips around and rolls her eyes, pulls out another pack of the good paper, stuffs it in the printer, hits a button, starts printing again. There's several pictures printed out.
You take one of them and examine it, hoping it's a bit more clear in terms of actual quality as well. The
Yeah,
phone can only see so fucking much.
you'll hear kind of the reflexive like careful the ink as you reach for the paper.
Oh, you'll stop immediately. Like,
You can just edges.
nods very careful. Nods like, okay, takes the edges.
And yeah, as long as you keep your fingers on like the white margins, you're fine. And yeah, ironically, uh, the kind of money you have to pay to get a digital camera that's better than the one built into your phone is ridiculous. So they're actually pretty good photos, except that with the lighting being what it is, it's a little bit meh. But you still have page-sized photos at this point.
Mm-hmm. Nods to himself. I'll look over these later.
Oh yeah, still got a couple more to go. Might want to let them dry.
He carefully put it back down, very carefully.
Yeah, she'll actually pluck up the pile and Hmm. She'll just walk out to the hallway and just on one of the side tables there, just start laying them out down the length of the table. It's one of those like narrow ones. Yeah, just starts laying them out like this is something she does all the time. So that there's no risk of them like scuffing each other or anything like that.
So, must be lonely here, man.
It's pretty boring. Shoots a glance over her shoulder.
Do you like it out here? Spending all this time on your own?
She heaves a shrug.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I'm not in school anymore, and so I hang out with people when they're free. And the rest of the time I'm trespassing or sitting here.
Right.
Or at a real party. Grins.
Nod. Ever do anything else other than chase the thrill?
I mean, like I said, I had that job at the grocery store for a bit. That held up surprisingly well, really, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But no, besides that, not really. I mean, high school, then some work, didn't pan out, and then just my shit.
Nod. Do you want to do thing? Well, I know you've got. I know I'm going to help you out with that thing, but
She kind of gives him the finger gun, like, yep.
do you actually have plans?
Nope.
Why not?
She just heaves a shrug. Well, am I gonna plan? We're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. Like, I know town isn't bad. Like, we got our token Walmart and stuff, but like
Do you ever plan?
seriously,
Do you ever plan to get away?
with what money?
I mean, you could save the money, right, from your photography. Just sell the photos.
Yeah, if I was making money.
We could start.
Well, you let me know when you get on that, and maybe I'll start making plans. But in the meantime, nah, I just look for new places to go snoop around.
Well, I'll be chatting to Easy today about it.
Oh, all right then. But yeah, no, till then it's just making my own fun. Hang out in town when lunch is on. Still keep track of some people. You know, it's not like I don't do anything. I have a computer. It's just
Hmm.
shrugs. Maybe it's why I keep letting you come keep me company. Reaches up and kind of like tugs on his shirt.
Hmm. Maybe. Are you and your dad?
Another kind of rolled shrug, though at that point she will let go of the shirt. I mean, we're good. He's always gone, but when he's here, we're good.
It's good. Nods awkwardly.
Yeah, finally started taking me hunting and everything.
Hot damn. She actually know how to shoot a gun.
Yeah,
Hmm?
I mean, I know how to handle a rifle. I can't just like TV style pick up a handgun, but yeah, I know how to shoot a rifle.
Oh, there you go then. All badass.
I mean, it's what counts around here, right?
True.
And and birdshot because Yeah, sometimes you just need to hit everything in the general vicinity, but
I mean, makes sense.
she shrugs. Feels like cheating, but duck is delicious, so
Just nods to himself. Does my sister ever talk to you about our home?
see, that's where the secret keeping thing comes in.
Nod. Just I shouldn't be asking. It's just I see the way she looks some days and twitches a bit.
Dude, she's a kid, and what's happening at home sounds like it's kind of rough.
Look over. Yeah. So I make sure she goes out every night.
I know.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
How did you know that?
My network of spies. She like raises a hand and does like the wiggle fingers.
Yeah. Sorry, it's just thinking about things.
Yeah, well, it sounds kind of like dog shit, so you can hang out whenever you want, man.
Mm.
I mean, unless my dad is home, and then I have to pretend I'm a good girl until he goes on another long run.
Oh, sneaking me in then, are we?
Have you seen my dad?
Hey, we got on last time we met.
Well, we weren't sleeping together the last time you met.
Yeah, it's not like I'm gonna put my arm around you and go, hey.
You know, as long as he's convinced that I'm as pure as the driven snow, we're good. Truth be told, she kind of it's actually kind of a sweet little smile. And truth be told, you could probably still crash on the couch.
Like I said, me and your dad were good last time we talked.
Yeah, it's not
Just cause,
even really a sneaking thing. You could still crash on the couch.
just because we're, having a bit of fun doesn't mean I don't care about you. He knows that.
She grins a bit, picks up a hand, starts kind of chewing on the tip of her thumb, chewing on the nail.
Watches her.
Yeah,
What's that look for?
nothing.
All right. Sorry for asking about Catherine. It's just, you know.
Pretty
What?
sure her name's Christine.
Fuck me, my brain. Christine. Why am I convinced it's Catherine? Christine! It's fucking Christine, Torna. Christine.
I mean, she's your sister. It's fair to ask.
I just get worried.
I mean, I would hope that's why you're asking.
I just want to know how she is. She doesn't talk.
She
And
talks
it's.
just.
I don't know how to talk to her. That's a better statement.
Uh, she kind of does the deflating breath, sits on the edge of her bed. I think when she wants to talk, she will. Kind of pitches up a glance at him.
A nod.
You've all kind of got a lot going on.
Yeah, like I said. Sorry for troubling you with it. Just be
That's
nosy.
cool.
Would I be bad if I punched my dad? Because
Um,
shouts at my mom, and
That is such a trick question. It's not even fair. I mean, I'd tell you to do it, but then again, I don't know. Like, I'm not there. Your mom might flip. People might call it in. You could end up in a cell overnight. Domestic stuff gets nasty.
I
And
know I just
usually,
get.
once it starts, like, especially once people start laying hands on each other, it doesn't stop.
He'll look down and just play with his knuckles. I just get angry.
She'll reach out, snag the hand.
Looks up. Sorry. Shouldn't be troubling you with it.
Snags it with one, rubs the back of the hand with the other. Of course, you get angry.
You know, you're like the first person to tell me it's alright to be angry.
She kind of shrugs. I get angry all the time. I just don't catch as much shit because I'm a girl.
I would have never noticed you're angry.
I know,
Smile.
right?
So calm.
Subtle. Super subtle. Like there's the slow nod of like, yeah. No, I don't know. I used to kind of keep it boxed up, and now I just kind of say what I think. And if I slam something into something, well, I'm a girl, so it's not threatening. It's just me being emotional, you know?
Maybe
Which
people should
is,
take you. Maybe people should take you seriously.
yeah, I know, right? But
I do.
she kind of pauses, shoots him a little bit of a smile. But yeah, of course you're angry. I mean, it sounds bad. I I don't know that there's a magical right answer besides change the locks. And even then, like I don't know if that fixes anything. So
It's sit down on the bed. Probably like pull her over with him. Essentially,
yeah, she'll sidle up to him as soon as he finally coaxes down onto the bed.
it's just she won't ever leave him.
I mean, I think it's stupid, but it's kind of the culture they were raised in.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the same generation where you didn't like you're almost never even alone with a person until you married them. How can you possibly know who they are until it's too late?
Yeah. Looks over. You know, you're not as angry as you think. You make yourself out to be.
Well, maybe you just don't make me mad.
Well, that too.
I hear that's definitely a bonus.
Thanks, Susie Q.
Aw.
Just puts his head on, like his head on her shoulder, essentially.
And she, as sassy as she may be, she kind of mellows a little bit. Puts an arm up around his shoulders. And turns around and like does the big loud smooch on the top of his head.
It's okay if I crash here. I'll be gone early enough. I just up early.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just nods. He kind of just leans back on the bed, like he looks tired. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, at least take your shoes off. Like she'll
Oh,
actually like hop up and like go to snag one of his feet, wrestle off one of his boots.
he's funny thing. He's like asleep within 10 minutes.
Oh my. He gets to be half asleep at least through the process of like, oh my god, you glue these on, like wrestling off his boots and finally like, okay, you are moving to one side or the other side. You can't lay across the foot. There are rules.
Snoring.
We've got to keep society in order here. What do you poke, poke, poke? Finally, like tugging him around, like, come on, come on.
Rolls. Yeah, he rolls over fully.
Yeah, she'll get him rolled till he's laying on one side or the other of the bed instead of laying across it. There, now you see, society won't come to a grinding halt. That wasn't so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking like reaches up and strokes his hair back a bit, and finally, yeah, she'll pick off her shit. She'll hop up to go around the house, turning off the lights and whatnot. Put away. Okay, there were no leftovers. We know that's a lie. Toss the
Mm-hmm.
garbage. And yeah, comes back up and crashes next to him, though he's probably dead asleep by then. She'll still curl up next to him.
Yes.
And I dare say that is probably a good place to call it.
Yes.
So thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, heckler. You know who you are, for heckling. We'll see you next time. Another episode of The Lost Cub in the mountains.